do is I want to actually put the state and also the inventory. So the state at the filter and the inventories also I want to put at the filter. Okay, so there you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all this. Okay, and I want to paste it somewhere here. Okay, so now I've already pasted it over here. Here is a bit different. What I want to do is I want to show the top 10 customers. So in this case, I'll remove the date issued and I remove all these. And I want to go to the customer and I put the customer over here. So now if you notice, even though we have three different tables, we can create using Power Pivot, we create a relationship and then pivot table will eventually create a summary. And what I want to do next is I want to show the top 10 because my manager wants to see the top 10 customers. So top 10 and yeah, there you go. And then right click over here. And then what I'm going to do is I just want to show value as and sort largest to smallest. So now my manager not get to know who is the top 10 data. The same thing, I'm going to copy this and let me just paste it over here. So this one, what I'm going to do is I want to remove the customer and let me go to inventory listing, put the inventories over here. So we get to know all the inventories actually. And what I want to do next is under the sales order, put the total sales again, right click, show value as, and then what I'm going to do is percentage of grand total. So my manager get to know what is the top selling inventory. So let me sort largest to smallest. So there you go. So right now we do have three pivot table. And then using this, we can actually create a dashboard. So normally what I'll do is I'll put a dashboard in the other worksheet. So this worksheet here, let me just close this. So I'll just go to this column W3 and then go highlight until the home. So you can press Ctrl Shift Home to highlight. And then let me just go merge and center. I'll put here the title. So I'll just use the if function to connect it to make it an interactive presentation. So equal if equals to this, then I'll put here Malaysia because the states are located in Malaysia. Otherwise, I will link back to B1. The same thing, this one is overall products. Okay. There you go. So meaning to say what I want to do is I'll put here equal sales of and then after that apostrophe sales of overall products and okay, so and yeah. So sales of overall products in Malaysia. So of course you can't feel the magic right now. Let me just show you in a while. So now this is my title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor over here, pivot table analyze, pivot chart and just press OK. And then let me just cut this and paste it here. And let me just close this for a while. Let me just highlight this until W3. Okay. So now this is how it looks. It doesn't look nice, but never mind. Let me just right click here. Hide all fill. It looks now better. And remove the legend. Remove the grid line. Put data labels. So we can see the data labels. Right click this. Format axis. And I want to display as millions because we have millions. So yep, there you go. And let me just put here 2 decimal places. Right click, number format, and yeah, 2 decimal places. Okay, so now we will have 2 decimal places. Yeah, there you go. So now this is the sales and I want to create 2 slicer. So insert slicer. One slicer, I just want to know maybe the inventories. Okay, and another slicer based on states. Okay, there you go. So now we have the slicer. So let me just adjust this accordingly because this slicer is quite many lists. And this one also, let me just adjust this accordingly. Okay, so now it looks a bit better. And this one we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So far is 8 and then we have 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now mine, let me just put it here. So let me put 12. So we have 12 or I need to put 13. Okay, so let me just adjust the size. Okay, so now we have the size and let me just adjust. All right, there you go. So now we have the states and let me just put it downwards. Okay, there you go. So now if you look here, when I click here Johor, it will show me the sales of overall products in Johor. When I click Kedah, it will show me the sales of overall products in Kedah. Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Penang, Perak, and if you clear filter, it becomes the overall products in Malaysia. So when you click on ATG system, it becomes sales of ATG system. Compressor, sales of compressor in Malaysia. When you click in Sarawak, it becomes sales of compressor in Sarawak only. So meaning to say, what we can do is we can actually create an interactive presentation. So your manager can actually see what is the performance from January up to December. And then after that, what I'm going to do is, let me just copy this and let me just paste it over here. Okay, or maybe I'll just do what? Cut and I paste here. Okay, so when I cut and paste, and that, let me right click and auto fit, I think. Yeah. So there you go. And this one here, what I'll do is I'll just put it over here. So this one also, I'll just put it over here. Let me just squeeze this because this one is about squeezing. So let me just squeeze this, and yep, there you go. So now this is what the data shows like. So this is the data. So what we can see is this is the sales performance and so on. So the sales from January, February, March and so on. And then what you can actually do is you can actually create another pivot chart from this. So pivot chart, and let me choose bar chart. Of course, this one is a bit tricky because it will show us from the smallest to largest. So I need to actually click here, right click, format axis, categories in reverse order. And then let me just remove this, remove the legend, remove the grid line. And of course, let me just right click and hide all fill. Okay, and put the data labels. And then right click over here, format axis. Because some managers, they don't like big numbers, they want short form. So yeah, there you go. And maybe this case, I'll put here number format into 2 decimal places. Okay, so now it looks better. Then later I'll just adjust the title accordingly. So this one I'll do what? I'll just put it over here. Okay, there you go. So now we do have this data. We can just adjust this.